Senate President, I was simply referring to the beginning of our discussion. But my concern is that today we are talking about our nation's security, when at this time and of our generation, we should be talking about technological development and things other developed countries of the world are doing. It's unfortunate. But when I heard my brother from Adamawa spoke, my heart bled. And when I see what I see in videos about what happened in Niger State, I get more worried seeing Nigerians looking helpless, being murdered and butchered like chicken, and with the belief that they cannot be helped. That's a very serious situation we have found ourselves in our country. But truth be told, Mr. President, our country is going through an extreme danger of insecurity. And God forbid, we must never be judged as a generation that has failed, or as leaders that have failed to guarantee security and welfare of their people. Where we are concerned about the current security situation, I'm more concerned about Nigeria in 10 years' time. When these 10.3 million out-of-school children, in 10 years' time, there will be 20 years, we will graduate to another improved form of Boko Haram. That would be more serious time we're looking at. So we must act quickly now under the present situation which this ugly condition points out to us, by first and foremost accepting responsibility as leaders, as a people, as a nation, and not to blame anyone else, but to take responsibility. As it stands right now, if in 10 years' time nothing is done about these out-of-school children, we are going to have 10 million militants with maybe 500,000 police force. That again is another problem we have to look at now. Mr. President, there is a correlationship between poverty and insecurity. And there's no other causative other than poverty arising from unemployment, joblessness of our youths. So these two are like husband and wife. You cannot treat the other this without the other. My appeal, therefore, in providing solution, there are two types of solution that I would like to provide: the immediate solution and the long-term solution. Distinguished senators have spoken here loudly on the need to change the entire or re-engineer the entire security apparatus in Nigeria. That's given. I think Mr. President should take a bold step and fire the fireable and save the savable, that Nigeria might begin to build confidence in the entire security network. Again, command and control must be established. Today, we do not know who is actually responsible for the command and control. The Office of National Security Advisor in any civilized country should take up their responsibility to manage the security affairs of a nation. That seems to be lacking about command and control. And today, we do not know when any arm of government or any security agency have failed. But rather, the police will blame the army blame the navy blame the air force blame the police will blame the vigilante, and all that. So we must hold somebody responsible in this country if we have to get it right. I'm talking about state policing. If you like, call it any name. For as long as the attitude of people does not change, it will amount to the same. I think people misunderstand what we mean by state policing. State policing means, or community policing, simply means strengthening police at the community level. Because these police, whether they are state or community, they are still police. Police does not mean anyone who is called Nigerian police. Police is police once we're able to police. So we shouldn't put more emphasis about state police or community police. What we are saying, strengthening the police at community level and at the state level. Mr. President, why we say so? I overheard here we discussed about blaming, but let me say, in curing the headache, you don't have to cut the head. Because if someone is sick, he has headache, I think the best way to stop the headache is by cutting his head. You have not cured the headache. You have cured and killed. So let's change doctors where possible and change prescriptions.